love the leather. I love how she purrs. But I don't think that's what it is. And I've sold more cars to him.
Fine, I won't.
Whatever. Jeez. Have you ever noticed? See what he's doing out there right now? Staring at the hood? He always stares at the hood and grits his teeth. See? He's doing it right now. And then he stands in front, just like he's doing right now. It's as if he wants to see how it looks coming at you. You have to remember this is a man raised in gospel music. So when he rides in his car, he wants to see what the impact of his inspiration is on you. And that's why I think it's about religion. Yeah. This is a man of God. And the impact of it's about a man of God and the impact of inspiration. Notice always there's two things he likes: headlights and convertibles. And that's because he wants to see what the impact is, the light rather. He wants to see that the light says, I am the light coming at you. That's why he checks headlights. He wants large, bright headlights. And then he wants a convertible. He wants a convertible so that he can look up to the sky and say, God, you gave me this talent and I'm using it. And the color pink is alive. That's why he wants pink. You know, black looks great. White is wonderful. A pink caddy convertible? Wow. I find myself saying things to him like, inspirational, isn't it? And that's perfection on 4 wheels. And that's why I don't think it's about women. I think it's about being a man of God and the impact of inspiration.
Wow, that was a great answer. Those are 2 great answers. I don't know what to pick. I love the woman and I love the religious.
Well, Paul, you do have to make a decision.
Oh, quick!
Oh, where'd he go?
He's gone!
He's looking at the tire. He's looking at the tire.
Oh, thank God.
I can see his feet.
Hallelujah.
Okay. Turn around. Turn around. Both of you. I just thought of this, and this is going to do it. There's no way there could be a tie on this one.
Oh, what is it?
What is it?
I'm going to divide your commission in half.
What?
And each of you are going to get half a sale.
That's not fair!
So you're going to get 47.5 sales. You're going to get 52.5 sales. Listen to me, it's going to be fair. This is my Solomon theory of sales. I'm going to divide it in half, but I want each one of you to decide who is the best to sell him that car. Because your half is going to be dependent on the other sales technique. So, knowing what she's like today, knowing what she's like today, knowing how you can sell, what he wants to buy, how you feel, and what's going on in the air, who would you pick to sell it? You or her? You or her?
Well, personally, if we're going to do that, I would rather have her do it.
Wow, I'm shocked.
You would?
Yeah, especially if she can sell him the green truck too, because today her attitude is more like a truck.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment.
It's meant as a compliment. Drove one, love them, the tough.
On the other hand, she seems to be a little more aggressive today. She has more warmth because she needs the money.
All right.
And look at her. Huh? She looks lovely today. She's all dressed up. She's had her hair done and her nails. I haven't. She probably stands a better chance.
So, if you're going to share, each one of you wants the other to do the work. All right, then I've made my decision.
You have?
How could you?
First, I love how you think about this company and the idea you both came up with for the newspaper. Great idea, we're going to do that. Second, I love your theory on why he loves cars. No wonder you're such great saleswomen. Third, I love your answer about the commission. It is very nice to think that the other one has more strength or looks prettier today. It is wonderful that you know so much about each other and the confidence you have in each other. And it's because of that and all three wonderful responses that I have decided that neither one of you are going to make the sale.
What?
Because I'm going to make the sale.
That's not fair!
I'm going to make it for both of you. You both each are going to get 50%, and all three of us, plus Mr. Presley, are going to pose for the newspaper. Well, I want to thank you both for fighting over him. Thank you for being winners. And thank you for all the great sales advice. Now, I want you to sit back and watch me sell Mr. Presley car number 100. Wish me luck, girls.
Oh, good Paul.
Good luck, Paul. Can't believe he died, though.
Unreal. Well, congratulations, though, for getting a commission.
Congratulations to you, too.
Sorry.
Aw, I'm sorry, too. You loser.
Our top stories. Farrah Fawcett's accidental exposure of her breast during filming of Charlie's Angels continues to make news, with many calling for indecency charges to be filed. Tonight, Elvis Presley performs live at the University of Notre Dame in South Bend, Indiana. And the chimpanzee has been placed on the endangered species list.
My boyfriend was supposed to take me to see Elvis Presley. 2 days before the show, he said he couldn't take me. So I asked why, and he said it was because he had this problem that he just can't talk about, and he was awful sorry. He's never done anything like this before, so I believed him. I said, okay. Since my aunt and uncle were going to the show anyways, they bought me a single ticket to go with them. My aunt had a friend at the box office, and a single ticket was mine, and I was going to the concert. So, I went with my aunt and uncle, and I sat by myself. The place was packed. And wouldn't you know, just before it started, I looked back to see if I could spot my aunt and uncle, and 6 rows behind me, there was my boyfriend and a good girlfriend of mine holding hands. I was stunned. I just stood there, open-mouthed, and I just stared. And I don't know where I got the courage, but I walked right over to them and said, I thought you couldn't make it to the concert. To which he said, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry that you had to find out this way, but it's probably best that you found out now. I nodded, walked to the lobby, out the front door, down the sidewalk a little way, and then around behind the back of the building, and I ended up sitting on a stoop next to some loading dock. I couldn't catch my breath. I just felt like I was gonna be sick. I put my hands over my eyes, and I just tried to breathe slowly. I never even heard all of the people in back of me. There must have been 12 or more standing there, smoking and laughing about whatever, until one of them came and sat next to me. He said, "Are you okay?" I said yes, and he said, "You don't seem like you're okay." So I told him that My boyfriend said he couldn't take me to see the concert, and now he's in there holding hands with a friend of mine. And then the man said the strangest thing. He said, "Can you play a tambourine?" Now, I was the first chair in the percussion section at my high school, so my first instinct was that this is an insult. So I told him, I said, "I was first chair in the percussion section at my high school." To which he said, "Every show, we pick one audience girl to go up on stage and play tambourine for just one song. And I think that you're it." I said, "Really?" To which he said, it ain't that hard. The other two girls can show you what to do." "Absolutely," I said. And then another girl, she crunched a cigarette out with her foot, motioned to the door and said, "All right, honey, you're in." Oh, the next few minutes were a blur. They put me in this flowing costume, and then the lights came up, and I was standing between these two beautiful singers with tambourines. And they said to me, "Don't even hit the tambourine. Just make believe that you're singing and sway with us." 7 minutes later, they were thanking me. One of the ladies showed me to the same loading dock door. She even let me keep the tambourine. Now, I'd like to say that I met Elvis, but I didn't. I saw his back. He glanced over once. I passed his dressing room on the way back out. But that wasn't the great part. This was the great part. I went back into the theater, back to my single seat. It was intermission, and suddenly I realized that everyone was pointing at me and whispering because they realized that I had been on the stage. And that's when it happened. You won't believe it. My boyfriend, ex-boyfriend of about an hour now, had the audacity to walk over to me, tap me on the shoulder, and say, "Are you related to Elvis? Because I saw you up on the stage for that song, and I thought maybe there might be a possibility that after the show I could go backstage." "I'm sorry," I said, looking into his half-crazed eyes. "I'm really sorry, but it's not possible. And it's probably best that you found out now." Then I went back to my single seat and I waited for the best part of the show to begin.
Brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. This just in from Memphis, Tennessee. Elvis Presley, 42 years of age, the king of rock and roll, has died.
Sir, the entrance to Graceland is around the corner, and if you were leaving condolences about the death of Mr. Presley last week, Mrs. Presley would like to ask for your patience in receiving a thank you note. She has been overwhelmed with flowers and cards. Me? Oh, all right, ask away, and what newspaper would that be? Oh, I get that paper. Everyone in town gets that. Well, I'm flattered and willing to answer any question you have. But I gotta tell you, if this story you're writing is trying to dig up dirt, I'm gonna disappoint you. I have nothing but positive things to say about Mr. Presley. 10 years, mostly customer service. But in the last week, we just needed more people to talk to people. I've traveled 3 times with him. Once to Hawaii, at the Block Arena at Pearl Harbor, when he donated all the proceeds to complete the USS Arizona Memorial. Remember, they had ran out of money, but then after that they completed the next year. And I traveled with him to buy the former presidential yacht of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. I think it was named the Potomac.
I know a lot about boats, been raised on them. That's why he took me. He bought the yacht, gave it to Danny Thomas for underprivileged children at St. Jude's Hospital. That was a great gesture, a great boat. I was there. And the last time was when he donated all that money. I think it was the largest amount ever donated by an individual to the Actors Fund. What was it? The Motion Picture Relief Fund. He took me because he knew I loved Barbara Stanwyck. Miss Stanwyck and Mr. Sinatra accepted the gift for the actors. See, this is not interesting. This is not what you want. You want me to tell you dirt and some taboo secrets, but I don't have any. Whoops, my shift's over. That's my name, exactly how it's spelled on my name tag, and I gotta run. My wife's got a dentist appointment, and I'm running short on time. But I'll tell you what to do. Come back tomorrow, same door, just about 5 hours earlier, and I'll talk till you run out of ink, okay? Well, thank you very much, and I'm honored that your newspaper would do a story on just a customer service rep here. So I'll see you tomorrow.